Native Americans you can mind control really fast. Pull up, just type in Alex Jones to YouTube. All the neat stuff's put up on top.
We're helping arrest Falun Gong and sell their organs.
I'm kind of retarded. Half of Brazil has the brainworm that makes you basically psychotic.
Well, it doesn't make you psychotic.
It makes you risk-taking, crazy.
Yes, it affects your judgment. This is toxoplasmosis.
It programs you to want to have more cats, smell piss.
Yes.
See, old wives' tales were like, you get demon-possessed by that cat, and really it's a damn brainworm.
Well, that's probably also why they told you not to eat pork. And that's science fiction.
That's a real brainworm programming you. Like you were saying earlier, I looked at it's true. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That the top soccer teams have the highest level of brainworm infestation.
And I'm not saying I agree with this because I don't.
Drink some more apple juice.
Get some apple juice in your system, fella.
When I started having people come to the office saying that I'm Bo Bridges or that I'm Jeff Bridges or that I am
you're Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks. And people in restaurants screaming, F you, Bill, we know it's you. It's kind of like Dan Rather, the guy threatening me. What's the signal, Dan? What's the signal? When I had the globalists 15 years ago, 20 years ago, try to buy me off $10 million a year, whatever.
By the way, cheers.
Here, cheers, brother. Anyways.
True. But this is what they're saying.
Think about that, Joe.
But let me.
Okay, they have human-animal hybrids 30 years ago. They've got giant human tissue farms. You hear, oh, your Achilles is torn. We've got a grown in a lab, a tendon. It's not a frickin' tendon grown in a lab. It's a frickin' deal, humanoid. These aren't humans. The way they get around it is they make them.
Wait a minute. We're saying so many things. Listen, I love you to death, but you say
I bet you
so
$10 million
many different
humanoids
things.
are real.
I believe they are, but you say so many different things without stopping. It's hard
because
for
I'm
people
reporting
to
the government agency, so they'll listen and investigate. I'm decompartmentalizing.
Okay, but
this will be studied for years.
So what? Right.
Aliens are real. They're creating human-animal hybrids that are a new creature never here on Earth. It's alien. So the aliens are already here. AI is alien. The chimeras are alien. Aliens are already here. So my dad was like the doctor to, these guys. And I remember sitting around the kitchen table when I'm like 7. He's like, Carol, I can't tell you all about it, but it's a classified program in Maryland at an underground base. And they won't give me all the details, but it's double the money I'm making now. This is for national security. But I think it's basically, we're building cyborgs, and we've got special forces that have volunteered so we can infiltrate the Russians and get codes and systems in. I believe it's implanting messages in their teeth, and I also think, as I do implants, I think it's a brain surgery program for microchips. And so I'm hearing, and Carol's like, David, I'm sick of these people, and you've already done so much for this government, and look what they've already done to you, and my brother, you're not going to be, I want you out of this. So this is like, 7, 8 years old, you're hearing about the cyborgs. And so that's the big giant race when Elon Musk came in and told you, because he goes to these billionaire functions and he has a conscience, so he's freaked out. We're not going to let people play video games and party all day. We're going to set up a world government. We're going to slowly titrate the dose and poison the public, dumb them down, put electromagnetic radiation out with 5G that scrambles their DNA, lowers their IQ. We're going to cause mass mental illness and a controlled societal collapse that'll then be organized and controlled in the mop-up crew by robots, controlled by the globalist programmers who believe with the off-world entities they're in communication with, that they're going to be given the operation to upload and be in that larger kind of Borg cube system.
Okay, hit the brakes.
If they sell the country out.
You got to hit the brakes because we take this back to. I'm so baffled. What's the matter?
I Googled one of these things.
MIT Technology Review estimates that about 20 pregnancies of pig-human or sheep-human chimeras have been established during the last 12 months in the U.S.
Total whitewash.
Listen,
2016.
I 100% believe it. Look, I think that
this was going on in 1985.
I'm sure.
They tried to recruit my dad to a DARPA program.
I believe that.
In college, and then when he was a dentist.
I believe that. Jesus Christ.
So, Joe, that's what I'm telling you is, were you at the kitchen table when you were 8 hearing about cyborgs? So I'm saying, no. I believe it happened. Stop saying I said it didn't happen, and stop saying that I'm saying no kids died. Because I want to talk about human-animal hybrids.
Oh, no, I know they
The
did.
U.S. Air Force tried to destroy the atmosphere in 1968.
Yes. Operation Starfish Prime. They actually detonated a nuclear
it's
bomb.
Psychotic.
They detonated a nuclear bomb in the upper ionosphere.
Trying to blow up the radon radiation bomb.
Yes, they've done a lot of goofy shit.
But see, that's the thing. That's why I got mad at you, and I love you, and you're a smart guy and everything. Is I know you know.
Listen, you got mad at me because we didn't communicate.
You know all this stuff I know. You're even better at saying it. And then you sit there because you can't handle it, and you sit there and you dole it out.
It's not that I can't handle it. There's two factors. One, I don't have any time. I don't have enough time to go into it as much as you do.
You asked why I flipped out and got mad at you? That's it right there. Every time I bring up a fucking subject, you know all about it.
I don't know all about this.
You fucking know all about this shit.
I don't know all about this.
Bullshit. You're a smart guy.
Listen, I don't know about this human hybrid chimera
just dumb. Joe just is a pot. Bullshit. You know exactly what you're. I don't think you're a bad guy. You're trying to survive for you and your family and do good.
Okay, but
my family, your family, none of us are going to make it. There's a post-human era coming. The breakaway civilization. The deal's been made. It's not. Okay. It's not in the third dimension. They've made frickin' deals with interdimensional aliens.
Okay.
And notice the media never attacks you for that because that's the truth. So that's what I'm telling you is. It's been in the newspaper that the cell towers are being used for mind control. That sounds like a schizophrenic. So see, here's what a schizophrenic is.
I want to see that. How do they use the cell towers?
Pull it up probably. Look, here's the thing. Listen, here's the deal. Right here. You've got a total schizophrenic that thinks the sun is following him around town and thinks their dog is watching him and works for the aliens. That's not happening. You've got someone over here that believes everything they see on Fox News.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, questioning's good. Science is good trying to figure out what's real.
Yes.
And all of us get freaked out, the nature of the world. No one knows what the universe is. We don't have all the answers. So people can't handle that bigness. They can't handle that question, especially low IQ. So they have to differentiate and create a model that allows them to put it in boxes so they can make it make sense because they can't handle it.
The media's not?
Well, no, they'll cover that was on the show. They're not going to cover this.
The media, okay.
Because this is not my opinion. This is the real research that I have heard, that I have talked to Army generals, commanding generals, major generals, generals, CIA, everybody. And they're all 100%. And I thought it was a psyop before, and then I've researched it. I've talked to hundreds of people now, not on air, but I'm going to make a film on this, who've taken ayahuasca and DMT. I've not taken it, and for obvious reasons. And it's unbelievable because, I mean, they 100% in San Francisco is the main project site. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating, and they've got like astronaut level people taking super hardcore levels of drugs and going into meetings with these things and making intergalactic deals. Again, that's what the government believes and says they're doing. Me getting into this, Joe, is just because so people need to understand that I've known about this for a long time, and I just don't think people are ready for it. But a lot of folks who have low oxygen and who have 9-volt
brains.
Well, who have sleep apnea, big necks, big heads, tongues go big.
Like you and me.
You go down to 62% oxygen. That's another time that the brain releases DMT. So my whole life, since I was about, my first memories were every night was a DMT trip. So I basically, I don't want this to sound arrogant, it's not. I've seen everything. Or will you do research programs on babies where we tell poor women that, your baby died right when they were born, but really we go keep the baby alive and sometimes kill them, sometimes harvest them, sometimes do experiments on them. So that's why a lot of nurses have noticed now that the babies disappear at birth. And they tell them, your baby died. That's why the governor said, who's actually an organ harvesting doctor, he goes, we keep the babies alive after they're born and have a discussion. They are getting caught now because we've decompartmentalized.
Wait a minute. I'm confused at what you're saying.
Let's see how it just never ends. You saw the governor of Virginia say we keep babies alive after they're born and kill them, right?
Well, I didn't see that.
We keep them comfortable.
But I am very, very concerned with late-term abortions.
I bet you 10 million.
Please pull that up, Jamie. We got to figure it out.
Because I know the listeners won't believe me. That's what I'm telling you. Wait till you go crazy.
I'm finding posts about this, but it says that it's been taken out of context. So
what is that? Media Matters?
What did he say?
Or Snopes?
Huffington Post says that. Snopes says it's mostly false.
Huffington Post.
Snopes said. Joe, I will give 1 million. I don't have 10 million. I will give before God and country to Jamie's. I'm not kidding.
What do I get?
I will give $1 million to your charity of choice.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, listen to me. This
Jamie's
is serious, Jamie.
Jamie's
You need to
trying
come
to
out
get
for the
paid.
children. I will give you $1 million if you can prove that I'm making up that the governor said we keep babies alive after they're born, we keep them comfortable. And then it turns out he's an organ harvesting thing, and that's what they're doing.
You don't want none of that.
No.
You already figured out what George Soros is putting in it, right?
The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So
this is saying, oh, the government not involved. This is the medical system usurping. If they can kill a baby after it's born, because sometimes they deformed. You know, see, sometimes they deformed. Because the nurses are freaking out. Mm-hmm. And they're saying, we're keeping babies alive and they get put in a van and drive away. What's going on? They're like, well, we didn't keep them comfortable. So the baby's worth $500,000. But if you kill them right on the spot, they're like, why are we wasting this 7 pounds of meat? They have wings where they go, oh, we consider the baby dead. The mother decided it didn't live. If she decides we resuscitate and it lives, but it didn't resuscitate, its flesh, it's a legalese, it's passed into a special ward with doctors that make a few million a year, and the little flesh ball is kept alive and comfortable until all the orders come in, the planes land, and they take the organs, then they take the blood, and they take the skin, Joe. You see how it works? Now
Dude,
you know
you're freaking
why.
me out with this voice.
No, but see, it's a Southern loving voice. I mean, I remember when I was growing up in Rockwell, Texas, I ran into like a satanic cult. I was like, God, this girl's a senior in high school. She's super hot. I'm in ninth grade, and like she's picking me up in her Mercedes, and I'm taking me some mansion. And the sex with her is incredible. And then I'm walking out of the house because I looked like I was about 16 when I was, 13. And the dad goes, you like screwing my daughter? Yeah, I screw her too. Whoa. And just as soon as you join us, you love Lucifer, you get all the hell you want, boy, because we want you. But
What? Really?
Oh yeah, but yeah, man. I've had an incredible life. Look, all I do now. I mean, look at it. But the point is that hell, you're in LA, you know about all this. George Soros is the archetype of James Bond villains, and the fact that his money. So I remember being a kid when I was like 8 years old. My mom always had a color TV in the kitchen. She cooked 3 meals a day.
Can I stop you? What are you saying that he's like crashing economies and what?
When I was a kid watching PBS, and maybe they were lying, maybe he's great. George Soros was an international currency speculator who overthrew governments. The reason the globalists. Wait, if you want to get the secret of Hitler?
No, but I'm saying.
You want Hitler's secret?
But hold on a second. Oh my God, Eddie Bravo's here. We're having a great time talking about interdimensional
what kind of
beings.
shirt is this?
NASA, bro.
Fuck, I'll choke you out with this shirt.
NASA.
Eddie,
I'm gonna make you regret wearing this fucking shirt.
Hey, listen, in high school, we used to choke each other out. That's like a DM teacher. Go ahead and choke me out. On air.
No. Please
sit me
don't.
back
That would
here.
be hilarious.
Please
No, do
don't.
it. I'm not scared. Let's do it.
No, Eddie, don't.
Do it. Let's
Please
do
don't
it.
choke him unconscious.
Do it now. I'm not afraid.
don't.
Let's go.
He can't do it.
You think I'm afraid of this? Let's do
No,
it.
I definitely don't think you're afraid of this, which is why I don't want him to do it.
You know
He was
what? Let's
telling
not be pussies. Choke me out.
Have a
You
seat.
better choke me out.
Alex, please have a
No,
seat.
we used to do it in high school.
I know you did. You told me. You grab each other and you fall down and hit your heads.
And I respect you.
Hey, I want
questioning.
you guys to yell at each other for 3 minutes while I go pee.
I got to pee too.
Okay. Eddie, don't talk to yourself. Just hold. We'll do it in shifts.
We'll do it in shifts.
I'll go first.
How worth is a joke for you?
Of course.
No, I understand.
deep
What I'm telling you is,
soul searching.
What if I finance a research ship, large ship, and make a documentary? I can't go away for 3 months. I will pay.
Okay, you raised the money for a trip
No,
to
there's
South
no raise the money. I got the money.
Okay, you got
the money. You want me to
Listen.
choke you out? Listen, whatever, shut up.
the plan.
You're going
I got the plan.
to the ice wall. Listen, he's the ambassador for Flat Earth. He's the ambassador.
I got
We're
the plan.
sending him.
Ice wall.
Forget astronauts.
Go pee.
The guy that discovers
pee,
the Flat
man.
Earth,
Go
the big
pee.
ice fields. Listen,
that guy's
I
gonna
can
be
get-
a-
This is what we're
billionaire.
gonna do, Alex. Alex, this is
I
what we're
will
gonna
get
do.
you
Can
a
you give me
50-ton
Can you
ship
give me 20 seconds?
with an entire crew
Yes.
that you're in command
Yes.
of.
No.
You are going to the edge of the Flat Earth.
Go pee, man. Go pee. Don't you have to go?
We're gonna send someone else, Alex,
Yeah,
but we're gonna
not
do
anymore.
this.
Hey.
'Cause you know what? We're
Hey,
gonna
I
do
gotta
this.
pee in a
I
minute.
don't have to be the one that goes.
I
don't have to be the one that
I gotta
goes.
pee in a minute. I came here and I proved they're keeping babies alive and taking their organs.
How did you prove that?
They're admitting it.
Jamie pulled some shit up on Google.
No, they admit it now.
That's
they're,
you
they're
too.
normalizing it. No, the governor. Listen to me.
You really think? Do you really think? There's people out there campaigning for late-term abortions. You think that shit's real? You
The
think that
Senate
shit's real?
voted Monday to keep it legal.
Who
to
would
kill
do that?
Artie
Who would do
Children.
that? Who would campaign for? That's
They
the most.
fucking did it,
That is the
Bravo,
craziest
and
shit
you
ever.
can't fucking admit they're fucking killing already born kids. So you're telling me it isn't real when they had a fucking vote in the goddamn fucking Senate.
That's
What
a
the
conspiracy
fuck?
theory.
I am ready to beat your
That's a
fucking ass
conspiracy
against your
theory.
way. You think you're fucking tough? You're about to get it. Bullshit! They're killing already born babies. Stop fucking lying. God fucking damn it. I'm getting pissed now. But
Come on.
imagine my psychosis
Think
is
about
this.
what I said.
Reality is so crazy that I always thought I was so tough.
Can't believe
that
he
I
doesn't
could-
have to pee anymore.
That I gotta piss a little bit.
Alex,
the point is that
did.
you heard that piece of shit fucking KKK guy, fucking governor, say we're gonna keep them alive after they're fucking born because they want to fucking take their organs.
It's incredible.
He's
Sorry.
a KKK guy?
It's incredible.
Of course, fuck.
It's so incredible that
He's in a picture with a guy in a KKK outfit in blackface. They elected him because he's blackmailed. They had that shit. And when he messed up and said we keep them alive to get their fucking organs, they used that to deactivate him.
Jeez.
Why do you think fraternities have you screw sheep and all this and, give guys blowjobs? That's why I never joined them. Because they want to compromise.
Wait, go back. What? Say that again.
The first time I got choked out was like this 17-year-old super hot chick. And I was like 13.
Tied up.
And she lived down the street. No. And she goes, I got promiscuous when I was pretty young, like 12. And she goes, I'll have sex with you. This is a true story. I'll have sex with you if you let me put makeup on you. So I'm not into gay stuff or anything. So the girl puts the makeup on me and I have sex with her. And she's super hot. And then like a week later, she goes, now I'm going to choke you out. And that relationship went really well until her like 30-year-old boyfriend caught me at her place once because her mom was always working.
Oh, my
and
God.
tried to kill me in the parking lot.
Oh, my God.
Listen, I waive
yeah.
all
That's what I'm
liability.
different. No. You have
I want
to
to
do
be
it.
choked out. We're talking freaking 100 million views, number one podcast.
No.
No, it would be ugly.
No. There's no need to choke you
You
out.
would try to sue me and shit.
This is one of the
I
first
just
things.
said, I swear, dude, I've been choked
Eddie,
out.
Listen, you would sue me.
Once we made up on the phone, one of the first things you wanted me to do is choke him out of the air.
No,
You might need to go to them SMM, those S&M
them
clubs.
I'm not
Dungeon-
into pain.
dungeon
when
type
you get
clubs.
choked out, you like go somewhere, you have a little dream, and then you come right back.
It's like DMT.
It is.
You hate that shit.
James on point as always.
All right, well, let's get serious.
The CIA is OSS.
That's all on record.
Okay.
I'm glad you questioned me.
No,
Hey,
but I
type
don't
in
know what that
precursor
means.
CIA.
What is OSS again?
Office of Special Plans. Or Office
That was before the CIA. And then the CIA
OSS,
came
Office
up.
of Strategic
Sort of
Plans.
like
The Office of Strategic Services. But German intelligence came to Eisenhower and said, listen, you don't need to do all this. We haven't given them the real technology. We're in contact with aliens. And they've given us the whole plan.
Now, where are you getting this from that you're stating it so confidently?
It's in the literature, man. Hitler would go.
What literature?
Mainline historical books about
It's mainstream.
SS castles
Mainstream.
where they go, the aliens want blood, so they'd kill like 20 kids and everything. So the aliens would like come in.
What?
The
Aliens are eating blood?
They brings them in like sharks. And then they would
Blood
like give them
does?
technology. They go, this is how it works. You build the atomic weapons this way. You build and they would like show them bombers and like the aliens are like telepathic. I don't even believe this. This is what the Nazis believe. And the aliens would mind meld and give them the technology. They're bad aliens.
So
Are you surprised the Nazis were influenced by demons? To get even deeper, they turn your heart off for 5 minutes and they pump oxygen into your blood. And you're in the meetings. I've talked to people that are involved. I mean, top scientists. And you're in the meetings with frickin' aliens. Elves is the main group. The heart goes out. The
Right.
body thinks it's dead.
Right.
So you can stay in longer. I don't
Right.
know all the science behind it.
I understand.
But let's explain this.
Lucky
When you've
I don't
taken
either.
DMT or ayahuasca 200 times, like most are astronauts and test pilots aren't flying planes. Those are robots now. It's all mind war. So these dudes are like, it stops working once you've taken it hundreds of times. So then they start taking their most psychic people who are able to do this and they turn their heart off. And then they put them into these events and it's like the things the aliens tell them, they come out and they tell scientists and it works. So
Like what kind of shit?
They didn't tell. Let me tell you, you get killed for this stuff, Joe. This is not. Why do you think they want me off the air? Because when I finally figured this out, because I never touched aliens, I kind of knew the whole thing already. So you go back thousands of years, Merlin, the archetypal, or these magicians, or these wizards are taking drugs in these temples and interfacing with these palantirs, these crystal balls, which aren't really crystal balls. It's their psychic focus of an interdimensional connection while they're on drugs, looking into glass, to then be able to see the future and understand what's happening, to give them temporal power over this planet. Let's just say this. I'm not in the CIA.
Me neither.
I'm not in the NSA.
Me neither.
But they've been tracking me my whole life.
I need to hear about aliens.
I'm going to take a pull of that cigar, but I don't smoke marijuana.
Yeah, that's
We don't smoke marijuana. And we
You know what's crazy
This is
about
just a cigar.
So everybody, a little tip watching. Attack me, lie about me, and go to the top, but you lose your soul. And Eddie, I love you to death, and you're awesome. That's why I asked for you to be here.
Hey, if you want to believe in aliens, I'm cool with that. I still love you. I don't care. I don't care about that.
Listen, this is not what I believe, okay?
I love you for who you are.
I love you too. I'm trying to tell you something. Listen, man, let me tell you something.
Okay. It'll
Now
fuck up the show. It'll fuck
I want
up
to get
the
into
show.
all your points, because here's the deal.
What points?
That's all
I got
tobacco.
points?
100%?
Yeah, 100%.
I ain't got no points.
Okay. It'd be the biggest documentary in history. It only costs like $1 million.
Okay, let's do
to get
it.
a 50,000 ton big ship and to have it circumnavigate the planet. Okay. And you will be there with GPS.
No. I'm not going to be there. Fuck no. We're going to get someone to...
No, don't end the
gotta piss
podcast.
so
I want
bad.
to keep going.
I gotta pee. I'm not going
I gotta
anywhere.
pee too.
You gotta pee again?
Let's do it. You
I'm
guys
only
take
had like a bunch
turns?
of
Let me go first.
And I know why you question, because you're not a psychotic demon person.
Thanks.
You told me this morning.
Not this morning. Yesterday.
No, we
oh,
talked
this
this
morning. Oh, it was this morning.
You did tell me this morning. You said...
My phone was dead.
You said basically that
Seemed
there
like
was no way to
yesterday.
prove any of this.
Approve any of what? What are you talking about? This. What's this?
Reality, space,
You're
this
saying...
is
trees.
You're generalizing.
No, I'm not mad at you questioning. I think it's great. To talk about 12 dimensions, 11 known, 12 being omnipresent, so we don't say it actually exists. To say that is arrogant, so I won't say that. But I have had dreams my whole life that come true. And the weirdest thing, like a lady drops a thing of pickles at the store. For 5 years I have the dream, and then one day I'm there and it's the woman and the pickles break. Or I walk around a corner.
When was this?
Particularly when I was a kid, it was more intense.
That is fucking crazy. If this is your real life experience, I want to know what the fuck that is. Are you on the periphery? Do you have your finger on a membrane that maybe other people can't totally touch?
And they'll use this against me, but notice they don't touch it because it's their whole religion and they can't stand that I'm talking about it. By the time I was like 3 years old, I would have this dream that God has. Because God knows everything, is this super intelligent, omnipresent, unlimited dimensions, but God doesn't know where God came from. So just like we're trying to find out where we came from, God is like a virtual reality simulation as well. And God is constantly running every program, every operation, turning evil loose, good loose, everything. So I would have these dreams. But the earliest memories, like 2-3 years old, where I would fly out to the edge of infinity, and it was a continual message. Find out where we came from. Find out what it is, and it would just be this big, giant, spinning black vortex, like a black hole.
Okay, 30 more
I
minutes.
see you want to give up. You're going to be a steak, though.
Dude, I'm fine, man.
I'll
We're
go for
gonna eat.
hours. Look, here's
We're
the
gonna
thing.
be fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. In that, no.
That's going to be a soundbite. They're going to put that to mariachi music. True or false? The Mayans smoked penis blood.
They did.
They did. See?
Well, what they did was...
You thought I made that shit
the
up?
high
I
priest
did.
didn't
I thought
kill
you were
them.
just being silly.
The high
No,
priest
no,
didn't
that's
kill
true.
themselves,
And
but
that's-
they took long lines of leather, jaguar leather, and it had nails on it, or it had like spiky things, glass, and they would put it in their genitals. And only the most skilled
Jesus
priest,
Christ.
the high priest, while they were sacrificing people for hours, taking hallucinogens. Would like not try to cut his testicles off, but only the most skilled would sit there and draw them through their
And
testicles.
they would smoke the blood.
consciousness in the universe is an interdimensional spacecraft beyond that looks like a comet from my research. And it has its head, it has its corona.
That's consciousness?
Consciousness. It carries evil in the tail end.
So consciousness has a location?
No, there is this giant consciousness that's God.
Okay.
Swimming in a giant system of survival of the fittest that God has created to test God's self.
Okay.
And it looks like a comet. So you got God's conscience and all the good things, the knowledge going forward, but God knows that everybody has to be tested. So the tail goes out. And at the end of the tail is basically evil. That's why Christ says, "Get behind me, Satan." And it's always trying to test God and infiltrate up into it to sabotage it.
You were telling me that it fucks with your head. That the certain amount of it, after a while, it just fucks with your head.
Yeah, the negativity.
Yeah.
And I like to have dreams. I have like dreams that are like 20 years long, like you talk about DMT, where I'm a farmer and like it's like 500 years ago, and I'm just like planting things and eating food and like putting my kids to sleep and like, you know, cutting trees down and there's on average at 35,000 feet. This is a NASA statistic, so probably not true. 10 feet. You didn't give in to the pressuring of the threat. It was more of the nagging, like a siren, like a bitching woman, not against women. But I mean, I get it.
I gotta pee so bad.
Well, go pee and come back. And we'll finish 5 more minutes because I want to get into. I gotta pee.
Talk to Eddie. Talk some sense into it.
I got to piss
Oh my
too.
God, here we go. Tell me about Buzz Aldrin. Tell me about your boy Buzz Aldrin.
You know, I'll tell you about Buzz Aldrin. He told me.
Jesus Christ.
I got to piss too.
I know where you going, man? Okay, it's gonna be Browns.
Infowars.com. So that's where we're all going. Just what does the system want to get rid of? Free speech, right to self-defense, the family. Defend those things and ask yourselves, what are we about to discover?
Fucking man, I believe in that. You could say that shit again. What was it? Right to bear arms, free speech, and what was the third one?
Family.
Family? No. What were those were the
Sneezing.
big three.
Sneezing. Joe, let me ask you a question.
What were
Please
the
do.
big three? Say that again.
Is it possible that it collapsed because of those gigantic diesel fires, right? And then
That was Tower 1 and 2. 7's its own building.
Seven had a diesel,
You're right, it had diesel bunker.
tanks in the basement,
Called a
and they
bunker.
caught fire. And they said it was an inferno, and they said it cooked through
So
the
see
internal.
how he knows all
Hold-
this?
Hold on a second.
It's always.
But I want to ask you this because I don't know.
Oh yeah, right. Bill,
What?
the CIA, the FBI, all of it.
Was it NSA as well?
Everything. See, he always says, "Oh, I don't know." He goes, "I'm not just kissing Joe's ass." Like he's beyond
Joe
Alex
knows
Jones.
what's up.
He's no, it's bullshit, man.
No,
I mean,
I
you know
forget
every
things.
fucking thing, dude. Just fucking say it yourself. No.
Why don't you explain it to everybody?
When I was like a little kid, and I was having one of these visions when I was asleep, I hadn't seen Conan the Destroyer yet, or Conan the Barbarian was the first one. Conan the Destroyer. Remember how like the demon's like laying on its side? It's like
Yes.
this good-looking guy. It turns into this big fucking goblin, attacks everybody.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, that was like the thing. Like I would like try to in these dreams. I go way out to the edge of the universe. He'd be like, I was like, it's a gay dude like sitting there on his side like this. And then a few years later, I saw Conan the Destroyer, and I'm like, that's the thing from the dream. So what I'm saying is, let me tell you another story.
Okay.
You've seen like the Hobbit remake,
Yeah.
where Gandalf goes to the castle and Sauron's not made his body yet.
Right.
And he looks like that. He's like that fire. I've seen exactly that. So you want to talk about what the real controllers of the Greys are? It looks like Sauron.
Have you ever had a significant head injury? You have? What happened to you? How old were you?
It was about 13,
13.
14.
Somebody pile drived you in your head. Did it change your personality?
I got up and punched him in the throat, and they had a tracheotomy. I almost died.
Wow. So was it a
It was
friend
like
of yours?
it was like the state wrestling champion middleweight, and his cousin or something in Dallas was like this, like, you know, got me down. I was never starting fights, man. These people. Here's the thing: I'm not a victim of racial attacks. I'm not like Jeffrey or Jesse Smollett. Because I fought rednecks and I got my leg broken, you know, by
So this guy pile drived you in your head when you were 13.
yeah. And then
What did it do to your personality?
And then I had to fight his whole family. Well, fight most of his family. It was a game changer.
Did it change? But do you have any significant change from that head injury? Sometimes when people have head injuries, especially, it seems like young
You know,
people.
stuff just got better after that.
Really?
Oh, a lot of
Go ahead, Joe. Admit it.
I mean, what?
You think that he's a conspiracy theorist because he got dropped on his head.
I think there's something
Like the average 150-pound guy, you're probably kicking my ass. But when like a bunch of people are coming after me, it's like Darth Vader. And
sometimes
when
their head
I would
gets
get
cracked.
knocked out, I would see like numbers like I was a robot. Like red. I would see like, everybody sees red? It was like, it was like no, I'm not kidding. And I remember like some dude choking me, and like guys are like, some dude's like pulling a knife out, and you see that knife pulling out, you're like, and like, and at that point, you see everything. For only those minutes when everything's clear, it's like
Survival motions.
But then you see like the wars and the attacks and the submarines and the spacecraft, and like it's like when you dial into that, it's like total war. It's like.
Didn't you say that when your friends would choke you out, you'd have like these long dreams?
Oh yeah, no.
only be out for a
I
couple
remember being in
seconds?
junior high, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, because I got choked out a couple other times, and I finally stopped. I remember this one time, they choked me out, and also it was like a black knight with a sword goes, "Rrr," and like attacks me on this horse, and then like it went. And then I was like in England thousands of years ago, and I had this wife and these kids, and it was a whole lifetime like taking care of them and like growing food, and like a kid starved to death and died. And it was like just those moments were like whole lives, dead kids, everything. That's what I'm saying. Like you dial into all those ancestors, and it was like my kids and kids starving to death, and like people attacking us.
So you think all that information from your ancestors somehow or another encoded somewhere in
It's
your body?
definitely encoded, Joe. You've seen like what was that stupid Tom Cruise movie where
Stupid Tom Cruise movie.
Cocktail?
How dare you? How dare you?
No, but-
Jack Reacher?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Jack Reacher
they,
2?
Oblivion? They've got these
Oblivion.
giant landers selling up.
Oh, yeah.
They're
That
sucking the ocean up.
was a dope movie.
And,
The Outsiders?
And he doesn't even know he's working for the system. Like a women. Like I love black women. I love white women. I love Hispanic women. I love them all. Like if the woman's cool. Like I know a bunch of black women that are bitches, black women that are cool.
What about Swedish bitches?
I love them all. The point is, let's just say I'm super gay. But the point is, what I'm getting at here though is,
No, I don't like Swedish girls.
what did I just get into all this?
I don't
into it.
know. Let's wrap this up.
No, we need to wrap it up. But I got to make this point.
I don't know what it is.
How was I getting into that? Oh, the racism thing.
Oh. When
What is inside your bag? You get more tobacco?
No, I do have more tobacco, but I'm just...
Can I have a little bit more tobacco?
yes, for sure, 100%. I believe you.
The tobacco was amazing, by the way.
It's pretty good stuff.
It was like that thing in England last year where the guy comes in with tattoos, a big beard, and it was in the police report. The guy had like a foot-long cock. And he goes, do a cervix exam.
What kind of police report is this?
And the nurse said, sir, I don't see a vagina. And it was in the report, the man had a foot-long dick. The Japanese said, hey, you don't get the trans designation unless you chop the Johnson and the Huevos off. And it's like, hey, taxpayers will pay for it. You get that vagina built, and you sit there and do it. And so I'm sitting there, walking out of this mall right after Trump got elected in Houston. I remember because I was there with my wife. She wore like a Burberry coat or something. And I was down visiting family, and these black guys go, we're going to kill you. And I didn't hate them because they were black guys. They were literally Nazis. And I remember sitting there in that parking lot, walking across, and I said, well, if you're such big men, kill me now. And it wasn't, my wife's like,
He's like, slow down. We're not going to kill you. We're just going to
I'm
beat
trying
you
to act
up.
tough.
Okay.
They're saying, hey, you white hooker whore,
Okay.
we're going to kill your ass.
I want to end this show on a positive note.
No,
I gotta
I'm not
pee
against
again.
black people.
I know you know. No one's saying you
1%
are.
of black people are like that. But I think in the spectrum of like 1 to 100, we're in the 95th percentile of really being woke. Let me ask you this, because I've been talking way too much. In closing here at the end of this transmission, we should talk about a lot of things, a lot of notes I have here. But the point is that tobacco was amazing.
Let me just tell you, this was a fun fucking podcast. It was fun. This is what I wanted people to see.
Well, then there's nothing to worry about.